Hey, what's up? This is Tap with POAPathon, and we're about to throw.
Impressed with the level of artistry that we have just within POAPathon. Like, the artists are amazing.
We've decided to host a 24-hour event. It is going to run continuous around the world.
So y'all like, share, subscribe, send this out to everybody y'all know. This is episode 0, but we here. Groundbreaking.
Let's go.
And we are live.
Hello, POAPathon fam. We are live. Welcome to episode 26.
Yep, episode 26.
Hey, Valerie, what's going on?
GM, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Today, we are joined by, of course, our amazing producer, VDizzle, and our amazing host, ProfWerder, and myself. And then in just a little bit, we'll bring it over to David from Mogul Productions. And yeah, let's get into it. Let's share these slides here.
Let's roll.
All right.
What is happening?
What is happening? Here we go. So episode 26. And of course, thank you to our first official sponsor of POAPathon Live, Balancer DAO. Let's run the amazing video as always.
Fabulous beam footage. Yes.
It is here. The bow.
Making your crypto work for you.
There you go. Balancer DAO is an automated portfolio manager and trading platform. You can find them on their Discord at discord.balancer.fi. And of course, make sure you give them a follow at Balancer. If you'd like to sponsor POAPathon, make sure you reach out to us at poapathon@gmail.com or even shoot us a DM on our social media on Twitter at POAPathon. And of course, shout out to Genetics. She's got these amazing merch available now at ultrasoundmerch.com for $40. I just saw her tweet, I think it was today, that she even has a merge shirt. So if you're looking to rep the merge, what's happening?
Shirt. Oh,
yes, the merge
awesome.
shirt. So check out that store. And let's get into the riff. What's happening today?
What do we have this week?
So we have
on?
The merge. We have
Nothing
the merge,
big.
of course.
Nothing happening. Nothing going on. Nothing everyone's been waiting for like years. Yeah. No big deal.
Yeah.
Superfizz is really calm. He's chill. Nothing's going on this week.
No freakouts on Twitter.
Not at all. And I actually had Superfizz in my class yesterday, Zoom in and talk about the merge and what was going on, and talk to them about Ethereum in general. And so that was a lot of fun. So make sure that you are following ETHStaker and Superfizz on Twitter, or go to eatstaker.cc, and there is a live stream that you can join when the merge happens, that they will be participating in. So I definitely recommend that. If you want to nerd out with Superfizz, it'll be fun. There'll probably be a POAP too.
Oh yeah, I did see some POAP submissions. So.
There'll definitely be a POAP. Yep, for sure.
You've got to commemorate the day, and what better way to do it? Got to
commemorate the merge, for sure. Yeah. Right, absolutely. Anything else on the merge? I mean, I think like there's so much out there. I don't think we have to say too much because, Superfizz has it covered.
The only question I have is how it's going to fluctuate the price of ETH.
Yeah, I think that's what everybody's waiting for.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Something I do want to mention about the merge is, of course, we want to stay vigilant against scams and scammers. So there is speculation that the miners who do work on the proof of work protocol, that they may be airdropping a token. Please be aware that, of course, these tokens, although they're free and they're airdropped, they could have a malicious smart contract tied to them. You never know. So just be aware, if you see that popped up in your wallet, in your account,
be careful.
Just be careful.
If anything seems sketchy, pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Don't try to hurry on anything.
Waste makes waste. Every time I've seen anybody, especially those who are really well known and they're not newbies. If they've gotten scammed or hacked, they always say, I was rushing, I was trying to do something really quick. It's always like, it always starts there. So yeah, if you see something, take your time and figure it out before you jump in.
Right.
So
yeah,
cool.
Pull in a friend.
Yeah, right. And I always say, try to learn if you can how to read Etherscan. You can really tell like who is transferring what, who is buying or selling what, and how much is holding, like that one wallet is holding. If there's a wallet that's just holding like 80% of the tokens, they can dump anytime they want. And just watch out for stuff.
That's a great point.
Yep.
That is a great point. Do your research.
Definitely.
What else is happening, Valerie, this week?
Yeah. So also, I don't think we have a slide for it. No, we don't.
We did
something.
Oh, wait a minute. Go back one.
Go back one.
Yeah. Oh, that's weird. It disappeared. Sorry. I put one in to talk about Starbucks and it disappeared on me.
Right.
That's really weird. So, well, you can just stop share for a minute.
Yeah.
And so Starbucks is launching a loyalty program with NFTs, or which they're calling Journey Stamps, through Polygon.
That sounds familiar to something we're quite familiar with.
Yeah. So it's stamps.
I have an idea or two about it for sure. So that is interesting. What do you think about it? Yeah. What are your thoughts on it? Yeah. So, I read the article that they posted about the Starbucks, loyalty rewards program. And they're saying that this is not like a marketing tactic, They're trying to say that they're here for the long run. And I don't know. I kind of feel like it is a marketing tactic to, I'm not really sure if this is something that they're really going to pursue for the long run, in my opinion. And I only say this because I am currently, as some people know, have been working on a loyalty rewards program here in San Diego. And I am working with, we're working in stealth mode. We're working on a software program right now, so I can't speak too much about it. Is that POAP Viking?
It is POAP Viking. Oh my God, this is so exciting.
Making
POAP Viking. Welcome.
Does he want to say a thing?
He's fully in the yacht club right now. He's hiding in the yacht club. So we're talking about Starbucks on Polygon. So talk a little bit more, Valerie. What have you been working on in stealth mode?
So with the software program that I'm working with, they're called DPASS, DEPASS. And they're actually being super innovative, where you get your NFTs, usually you have to open up your MetaMask to see your NFT. So if you got like a loyalty card, usually you would have to open up your MetaMask to see that NFT loyalty reward card, right? But what we're building is that you're able to integrate it into Apple Wallet or Google Pay Wallet. So
interesting.
You can just open it up right there. And I feel like what we've been creating is really trying to lower the barrier to entry to regular people to, access their NFTs. And without an app, right? You don't need to have an app to get it in your Apple Wallet. If you have an iPhone, Apple Wallet's already integrated. But not only that, we're also implementing a program where multiple shops and multiple restaurants can get in on this loyalty rewards program. So not only if you get loyalty rewards from your favorite coffee shop, you can also use those loyalty rewards at, a grocery store if they're part of the program as well. So you can use loyalty rewards between different shops and between different restaurants. And so I feel like that's really where it gives the power into the consumer's hands, because they get to choose where they really want to have their loyalty to. And also let's imagine if a business goes out of business, right? What happens to those loyalty reward points usually? they're no longer usable, right? Because that business doesn't exist anymore. But in the thing that we're trying to create is that if a business happens to go out of business, well, no worries, you can still use it at your other favorite restaurant. And let's say you move out of the city, and that you don't need that pass anymore. Well, you can certainly sell it, and could be worth maybe a lot if you built a lot of loyalty rewards on it. So that's where I feel
definitely, I think that's a great idea. And that has a lot more flexibility. But I do think that Starbucks moving into the space is a big moment. And they're doing it in a way where you're not even going to be able to like do this. It's going to be, I think it's on Nifty Gateway or something like that. It's going to be different. So it's going to be interesting to watch it progress and see what they do, because it's likely that others will follow their path. So definitely something to watch for sure. I think the way you're doing it feels much more Web3. Being able to use your points in multiple places, things like that, like feels much more, open and decentralized, which I think is interesting.
Definitely. I do appreciate that Starbucks is, coming in and trying to pioneer that space for sure. But I feel like what they're doing and providing utility to the NFT, of course, we want to see utility. People want that, where you can go to exclusive events or get exclusive merch or, coffee or whatever it is. But you could already do that. They could already do that without the blockchain. So that's kind of where I'm criticizing them.
And they have probably one of the best loyalty programs, I think, in terms of their app and things like that. So it is interesting to see, like, was this, necessary? How is this going to be different? What's going to make it special? How is it different from what they already have with stars and things like that? So remains to be seen what this looks like, but it's definitely a big moment, I think, for sure, in the space. It'll be interesting to see where it goes. So what's the progress on your on what you're working on?
So it's actually in a pilot program right now. So we're just getting the data and seeing, what we need to improve on, what works, what doesn't work. So we've got a couple local bars and pizza places and restaurants that are using the program right now. So we're testing it.
Cool. Nice.
David, really did you have any thoughts or anything on the Starbucks loyalty rewards?
Ultimately, I think it's a really cool thing. You may or may not like their coffee or the loyalty programs in general, but I think that's the ultimate application for NFTs is loyalty. And it's something that when I talk to people about NFTs and their eyes glaze over, it's like, don't worry. Like, you've already been using these for years. It's just not, it just hasn't been on the blockchain. So the fact that a major worldwide global corporation is utilizing NFTs on the blockchain, that's huge for the community. And that's going to allow everyone who has their coffee every day of the week to start to go, oh, actually, it's not so scary utilizing the blockchain. And probably I'm assuming that's a gateway to them accepting crypto as payment for your coffee as well.
I want to add to that. I think what's interesting, and I feel like there's a lot of people that have kind of touched on this before, but I think eventually blockchain will be just completely removed from the user. It will be there behind the scenes, but it'll be so glossy and such a seamless case that people won't even know that it's on the blockchain.
Right. They're not going to be aware that they're even using the tech, right? And
exactly.
I think that's where it can get complicated when we're like, well, what why do I need to know what tech we're using? I just want to make sure that I can use it. It works fine, and that's it.
I just want to click and go.
Right.
For sure. Any last thoughts, Viking, on that before we head over to David and Mogul Productions?
Of course, it's always good to see big companies come into the space, but hopefully they will go another way than other big companies have gone before them. So it's going to be good to see what they're going to do. But it's interesting.
Definitely. Also want to say, you look like you're partying it up. That background, I love it. It looks like
hanging out. He's in. he's like in the yacht club, hanging out with the apes.
Having
yacht
the
club,
merch party. Everyone's having their
right?
merch
I thought I
party.
had a cool background. He has a much better party going on. There we go.
And we'll maybe we'll have him explain his company to us at the end of the show.
All right. All right.
Cool.
So without further ado, let's get into it. So let's welcome our guests today. Oh, I'm like over here trying to click and I'm not sharing my screen. Here we go.
That would
so
help.
let's introduce our guests today. If my slides want to work, there we go. Mogul Productions. We've got David Cormican. Am I saying your last name correct?
Yeah, absolutely. David Cormican, that's me.
Yeah, so we've got David Cormican on our show today, representing Mogul Productions. And so, yeah, let's get right into it. David, let's actually start with, who are you? How are you representing Mogul Productions? And a little bit about your background first, before we actually get into the Mogul Productions of it.
Sure.
How did you even get into this space?
Yeah, so I mean, I guess who I am today is I'm an Emmy-nominated producer and filmmaker. I do scripted television and scripted feature films in the drama space. And I've been doing that for the last almost 18 years now. My journey though was I started out as an actor, and that sort of led to being frustrated going out for parts and not getting them, or getting parts that I didn't frankly want to do. But you had to do it because you need to build a resume. And so then that led to writing, which led to the realization that you still needed to find someone to produce your words. So I started to produce my own words, through a bunch of short films initially, and then the projects got larger along with the budgets. And that sort of led me down the path to becoming a producer and exec producer across a wide variety of projects over the years. So here I am to this day. How I got involved with Mogul, became one of the co-founders of this company, is going back to just a bunch of friends of mine in the industry. We were sort of talking about some of the issues that we face in financing films and how that it often will fall apart. And so, there's a lot of lack of transparency and a lot of mystery behind the industry. And so they also wanted to pick my brain about like what are some of the issues that I sort of have on a regular basis, from the accounting, dealing with the waterfall for your investors, all of these things that could be potentially either automated or made a lot easier through the application of technology, and in this case was blockchain. And so it was, those conversations led to a lot of deeper conversations, and eventually we gave birth to Mogul Productions and the launch of the STARS token, which initially we sort of started out with a bit of a different vision. And it's as I think all things do in the crypto and blockchain space, it pivots and it morphs as you start to listen to your community that you engage with. And we've sort of become this decentralized film financing platform and an NFT marketplace all in one, with our utility token that sort of drives our governance and our engagement, and also the utility through the platform. In terms of my role with Mogul, I've been advising for many years, and as a co-founder and as my position in the industry, and also I was a neophyte at that time with all things crypto and blockchain. So I've been learning over these last 4 or 5 years, and diving in and aping in on a few projects, getting rugged, learning all the lingo, seeing what when Lambo means and all that sort of stuff. And but it's been like a really amazing education to, like even all those losses, it's like, it's great to have paid for that education, on some of the other coins and tokens that I was just trying to figure out and learn more about, to see not just how ours work, but how others work, so that I could now start to see how we could apply various aspects to the film industry. And that's my position with Mogul, is I'm actually the head of production oversight for our films. And so I'm sort of helping to curate the initial slate of projects that are going up on the platform, reaching out to my connections across the industry, bringing in other advisors who are working on a bunch of other projects. You really do need a tribe to build the village or build the kingdom, because it's you can't just do it as one person. And so we've got a great team of co-founders and an even stronger team of advisors that have sort of grown our team to where we are today as this decentralized film financing platform, and of course the NFT marketplace.
Very
That's
impressive.
that
I'll
is
stop
that's
rambling now.
No, it's great.
no,
That's
yeah, and
awesome.
it really is, because I think many people can relate to whoever is building in the space, regardless if you're in Web3 or not. We all know it's very difficult to launch your baby, right? So, and you need a whole team, like you said, you need a whole village. And so that's great to hear. You've got like a whole team behind you, and even better is that you guys have basically launched this platform to finance these films. So let's get into the roadmap a little bit. What is happening this year, and what are you guys are looking forward to in the coming year?
Yeah, I mean, we've been trying to focus a lot on providing utility. I know that word gets overused a lot in the industry, but we really are trying to provide utility for our early access pass holders. You know, those were the first NFTs that we launched with when we dropped the token. And you know, that comes in many different forms, from partnerships with other people in the blockchain space, to premieres at movies, to exclusive content channels, all that sort of, you know, some of the more usual things, I suppose, other than the, you know, movie premieres and stuff, where it gets a little more exciting for people. One of the things we're working on right now, and what we recently did, we did a bit of a pre-release drop at the Futurist conference in Toronto, and that was for our Mogies, which is a NFT campaign built around these wonderful, cute little creatures who are essentially an ode to the last 100 years of Hollywood. Fun fact for everyone, not sure if you knew this, but the Hollywood sign was erected in 1923. So what we decided to do, instead of doing like a big 10,000 or whatever, you know, an unlimited drop, we decided to do a really limited 1,923 Mogies, which are all individually and custom built. We've partnered with Eric Tran and his team at Chopla Studios. I realize that name probably means nothing to you, but series like King of the Hill and The Simpsons probably do. And they're the team behind all the animation that you love and have seen on those shows. So we're really, really excited about our partnership with them. And as you can see in the artwork, they've done a stellar job. Each of these Mogies are individually handcrafted. We did a pre-release of them at Futurist, and we actually sold out at the conference. And so now those, and that's just the first 250 in the pre-release. We still haven't done the official drop, which is going to happen a little later on, probably this quarter, I believe. That's sort of what's on our roadmap right now. You know, we're just sort of timing it out based on, again, constant engagement with our community and our fans. Right now, Eric and his team are building out the pilot episode for the first installment in the series. So there's an animated series that goes along with this that will be exclusive in terms of a sneak peek for the NFT holders of the Mogies. You know, we're going to have all sorts of fun little experiences tied into the Mogies as well. The fact that you'll have a character who's actually, or a Mogi who's actually a character in the series, is kind of a fun thing, and will involve and engage you in certain decisions as it relates to the character and opportunities as well beyond the screen. So that's one of the things we're immediately working on. In the immediate recent past, we just launched on Ascendex as another exchange. So now, in addition to MEXC and ApeSwap and BV Finance and Uniswap, I think I'm probably forgetting a couple others as well, but I think LA Token and Bitmart. Yeah, anyway, there's a few, but that was sort of our latest one, and the community was quite pleased to see another exchange picking up our token, as are we. And yeah, so that sort of is the immediate past and future going forward. And then we're going to be launching over the next couple of weeks a series of films onto our platform, where they will have their own customized, bespoke NFT campaigns for each film. And you know, depending on the film and the filmmaker's needs, some of them are trying to raise all of the financing through the community. Others are just doing you know, incremental revenue or incremental campaigns to create opportunities and for engagement and experiential points of access for fans of their projects. So yeah, we're kind of looking at a variety of budgets and filmmakers at all, you know, sort of ranges and calibers, which is really fun and exciting for us.
Wow, that's amazing. That sounds actually really cool. And So how do you actually, before we get into, I have the stars token here, but how do you actually vet these projects that want to use the Mogul platform?
So we accept, like, we're not, anyone can submit to the platform. And so once your submission comes in, we have a team, including myself and a few others, that will vet the projects. And it's just to initially vet for accuracy. Have they filled out as much information as possible? Are these actually the people that are involved in the project? And then from there, we start to actually look at the content that's involved, and if there's something that sort of piques our interest or we think is going to be a good fit for our community, we'll engage do a bit of a deeper dive with those filmmakers. And then at that point, it's, determine if they're actually a good fit for the platform. Unfortunately, there's a lot of projects that just want free money, and that's not the business that we're in. We want filmmakers and projects that really want to engage with our community, because that's the one thing we've really learned over the last year and a half, 2 years almost now of being live, that our fans and our community, the projects that thrive are those that really engage with them often and early, as opposed to, and this also goes back to one of the original problems that I kind of had with the industry, is that we spend years, sometimes a decade plus, building and dreaming and putting the financing together for a project. And it's all, for the most part, fairly secretive, except for the couple hundred people that you've talked to along that journey. And most of them have rejected you. And those that have said yes are now this small little team of like a couple dozen people. And then you go off, you make it, you have a couple hundred more people come in as crew, they go off and on to another project, and you're back down to this tiny secretive little group. And then it's 2 or 3 years later and you submit it to the world, and now it's like you're ramming it down everyone's throat. It's like, you got to buy this, you got to see this, you got to, consume. And that's just like a weird place to be, because you've lost out on all this time to building a genuine, engaged community who becomes your strongest, most ardent fans and supporters, who will do the screaming from the rooftops for you, because you brought them into the process. And we didn't realize this at the time, that Web3 was sort of afoot, and the term Film 3 we started using, and DeFi for decentralized film financing. We didn't realize that these were terms that were going to stick. We didn't even really know what NFTs were when we first started launching what we were doing, like all of this stuff. And now you're starting to realize, like, it's synonymous with how we were thinking, and it's where the world's moving. And you're seeing it obviously not just in the film world with Film 3, but also with Web3 as well, and companies and major companies engaging in this more
very similar to music. It's like very similar to music, where creators are just trying to take control over the whole process rather than turning it over to non-creatives to control it, so to speak. So
yeah, it's a period where, like, you're really celebrating the power of the
term
fan.
DeFi. I love the term DeFi, by the way. It's a great.
Thank you. Yeah. I didn't come up with it myself, but we did start coining it amongst the team, and it seemed to have stuck. We started, you bust that hashtag out all the time. I'm glad Film 3 is starting to stick as well.
Yeah, that's cool. I like Film 3. Yeah. It's a good term.
Very cool. To get into Mogul then, do you guys have your own NFTs, or is getting the star token the way to get involved? Yeah, stars kind of drive everything on our platform, through voting, through purchasing the NFTs. Right now, NFTs are available on either the Ethereum network or on BSC. And then what we do, the stars token is also available on both those chains. But for anyone purchasing NFTs with stars, there's usually a discount that's applied to that. And that's, again, just to reward people for utilizing the token on chain. Eventually, we feel we will get to a spot where you'll only be able to purchase with stars on the platform. But right now, we're still feeling early, and we want to, expand our network to as wide as possible. So we're accepting all three currencies. So that's sort of how you get involved. Again, whether a production launches on Ethereum or BSC is really a decision that we allow the filmmakers to decide. And that's just sort of where they feel the bulk of their audience might reside, and or the bulk of our audience that they want to tap into. So it's part of a conversation, and we sort of make that with the best information at hand. That's
How many
awesome.
productions have you launched?
We've done a couple times now. We originally we did what's called quadratic voting, where we engaged in a process where we put a showcase of films up on the platform, and all of our stars holders voted using their tokens. That's not to say that they actually had to spend their tokens, but they staked them for a period of time. We rewarded them with some interest for the period of the lockup. And then the project with the most tokens staked ended up getting some of the financing that we were putting forward. And so what was interesting with that process is, and why we chose to go down the road of quadratic voting, is that we kind of wanted to eliminate, to a large extent, the power of the whale in favor of the power of the crowd. And the idea there being that collectively we know everything, individually we only know something or one thing. And so what we do in quadratic voting is every vote or every token cast is going to make your vote exponentially more expensive to cast. So one vote is worth, or one token is worth one vote. 2 tokens is not necessarily worth 2 votes. It's worth 1 point, whatever the algorithm is sort of basing it on. And so someone who comes in with 1 million or 10 million tokens, they can't necessarily sway the whole vote, because that might only be worth 10,000 votes, right? Versus our community is 220,000 deep right now. So you could potentially have,
That is a huge community. Wow.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
lot
yeah,
to
yeah.
manage.
Yeah.
It can be. It's across all of our various social channels, our email lists,
Wow.
our token holders. So, but what we found is that that's a system that sort of makes it more fair, and the decision-making authority is distributed more fairly across the entire community. And that's just, again, we're wiser as the crowd, and it also incentivizes the crowd to get involved every time.
So when the crowd is actually voting, does that happen in your app? Does it happen on Discord? Where does this voting actually take place?
Yeah, I mean, our community definitely knows this. We're always sort of doing mini polls, or anecdotal polls, stuff like that, in our Telegram or in our Discord, on Twitter, and we have, or even in our Twitter Spaces. We do a bi-weekly one that we host. We're also like AMAs, and we're listening all the time, and so we've often pivoted based on a thought of one of our fans. But in terms of the votes, when it comes down to a governance vote or to something for an actual production, it would be on chain through the platform done there. Yeah. And that way, everyone, again, using the blockchain, everyone can see there's transparency in the voting process.
Oh, awesome. Well, we've actually got one of the productions they are working on right now called Mogies. Let's hope that this video works. Oh, there we go.
You might have to do share sound to make sure the sound's
share
there.
sounds.
Oh, is it not coming through?
Yeah.
Let's see. Shoot. How do I even share sound on this? Give me a
Click
second.
next to audio, and then you should see computer, same as system or something like that.
Share sound. Here we go. Okay. You guys hear it?
There we go. There we go.
Amazing.
Oh, who's with us? Who's with us?
That's
cool.
fun.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
These are actually really cute. I think I have them on the next slide. Yeah. So tell us a bit about the characters. I mean, I saw very familiar characters already, like some of the superheroes, Marilyn Monroe. So tell us a bit about the characters in Mogi.
Yeah, so I mean, we basically, using the Hollywood sign as our inspiration in the last 100 years, have delved into 100 years of cinema and going, okay, who are some of the most iconic players that we've fallen in love with on the screen over the last 100 years? And so, what's really unique about this collection, again, I know I mentioned it earlier, they're all unique, but they really are. Like, there's no duplications here. There's no randomized traits that are you sort of replicated across for different colors or whatnot. It's literally 1,923 different Mogies.
Wow.
And so it's a really fun collection. As you can see, like the artwork is top notch. It's done by an Emmy award winning team of animators from The Simpsons. And yeah, I can't say who's going to be involved in the series just yet as lead characters and whatnot, but someone's going to end up having these Mogies, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's really going to be a lot of fun.
What is Mogi? What's the inspiration behind Mogi number 49?
Which one's 49? Oh, I would actually have to look. I think you can when you're on the site, you can actually click in.
That is.
Yeah.
He kind of looks to me like a little bit like Michael J. Fox, but I'm not sure if that's who it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a Marty McFly.
Just was curious.
Potentially. Yeah. Yeah, if you click in on each of the Mogies, there's usually a description there on the site,
Cool.
but you may just have a still frame there. So
Yeah.
and so each character's got their own little traits and quirks to them.
That's really cool. So I feel like a lot of kids
That's wild.
would like these. They remind me of also like the little Lego characters too.
Yeah,
Just
a bunch of people have talked about that. Yeah.
Remember the little people? Like, yeah, the little people bus and the little people.
Like Play School, I think it was.
Yeah.
Way back, Play School,
Yeah.
like 1970s.
Yeah.
That's what they're reminding me of a little bit, but they were so cute and simple.
Right.
That's what they're giving me that vibe.
Are these, David, are these one of ones or?
They are one of ones. Yeah.
Wild. That's probably going to fetch a price then. These are really
we started in the pre-release at a I can't remember exactly how we sort of functioned it, but it was basically at a discounted rate for those that wanted to jump in early on the pre-release, and then it'll go back into, I believe we're going to be launching in a Dutch auction fashion for them, and then what ends up happening there is we're going to be doing a refund for whatever the final price ends up being for the last Mogi that gets sold. And then that refund will be given out to anyone who paid a higher price, but it'll be done in stars. So it's a nice little lossless way to get.
Is that
cool?
Are they only available on the Mogul site within your own platform?
It's through our platform, but we're also doing it through, and you're going to have to correct me on this possibly. Oh my gosh, there's another one of our partners that we've joined in with. I apologize. I'm not on the actual minting side of it. I'm the filmmaker.
That's all right. We can go check it. You're the filmmaker. I'm asking you questions that have nothing to do with the film. Yeah. So
I've actually got a question. Since these characters are obviously, we've got the genie here from Aladdin. Do you guys actually have the rights to use their image, or is there some sort of, like, on the law side, right? Like, how does that work with the copyright?
Yeah, so on the IP side of it, we are technically classified as a parody because of the nature of the animated series that's being created with the Mogies. So while you may be looking at a character who looks very similar to Genie from Aladdin, it's not necessarily Genie, it's a Genie. Who is operating in and around Hollywood. So the idea, again, and you'll sort of see this once you get your Mogi and you start watching the series, you'll see that it's about an alien race who sort of comes to Hollywood because they love all things entertainment, and they start abducting characters and people and actors to sort of create their own little vacuum of entertainment, so to speak. So it's obviously a different people are not necessarily playing themselves; they're versions thereof, and it's a parody and ultimately an homage to Hollywood.
That's awesome. Now I know you have to roll producer, and I know
you have to roll.
Crazy busy person.
Oh my gosh! Holy cow! How time flies.
Yeah, you gotta
go. So any notes before?
It's nice that we're reminding you that you have to go.
Oh my god! I was like, I'll keep
Yeah.
hanging out for another hour and not even recognize the time. Yeah. I would say, like, keep your eyes peeled. We've got lots of announcements coming up with a bunch of really exciting filmmakers that we're going to be working with on the platform. We do an interview series called Mogul Live on Instagram, where we bring in just inspiring filmmakers who are moguls in their own right. These are people that work across all aspects of the industry, from in front of the camera to behind the cameras, producers, writers, directors, costume designers, casting directors, you name it. This is the one thing we found in our community is, like, they are so passionate about every aspect of filmmaking because it's just been such a secret for so long. And part of what we're trying to do is to demystify that, bring everyone into the process so that you feel like you're a part of the project and you're leaving your mark on a project and a film, so you really feel a sense of ownership over it. And I think that for me is really exciting because it goes back to why we started doing all this, which is to bring transparency and the power of the crowd to the forefront of everything we do.
That's nice.
Amazing. Do you
Where
guys have
can
any?
we find you? Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say one more thing. Do you guys have any events you're planning to be at anytime soon where we can go see, this in IRL?
Yeah, we were just at Futurists and the EAT conference in Toronto. I'm fairly certain we're going to be at the Film 3 Summit in LA next month.
Nice.
I myself have been attending TIFF all this week, so I apologize if my throat's a little hoarse. I've been talking a lot all day, every day, and then movie premieres at night.
Wow.
That said, yeah, we're always looking forward to the next conference or the next event. We hosted a breakfast with a bunch of really fun people and VCs and stuff like that during Futurists. So yeah, we're always on the lookout for stuff like that. We did a red carpet premiere for one of our films called Malibu Crush, which is in Australia. That's going to be doing their North American premiere in LA. I believe it's later this month, if not early October. So our Access Pass holders have a chance to go and attend that red carpet premiere as well. So yeah, we've got a lot of events coming up. You just have to tune into, our notifications channel on Telegram or on Twitter. Join us in the Discord. We're sort of on all the usual spots. If you want to learn more, though, I would strongly suggest going to our website, mogulproductions.com. You can check us out on the website, but also through the app as well, to sort of see how it might interact with your wallet and maybe pick up a few stars tokens yourself.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
So do you have time for the POAP before you leave so you can get it yourself?
Yeah. Let's do this.
All right.
Yeah,
Everybody,
we'll do an early POAP.
Yeah, an early POAP, since we have David here.
Yeah, he should get one. I mean, yeah.
So for those of
mean,
you who
for
have not gotten a POAP before, a POAP is an NFT itself right now. They are still free. So let's take advantage of that. But make sure you have the POAP app downloaded on your phone, or you can certainly go onto the website at poap.xyz. And so once you have your app, let me go through this with you guys. I'm going to open up my app. And then you'll see on the bottom right, you'll see a mint button. You're going to click that. And you're going to click the first tab, which is secret word. So everybody get ready.
We are ready.
Everyone's favorite distro message or method.
I got my pen ready.
So here we go. Oh, what?
Well,
Oh no.
You went too far.
Hold on. I've gotta make this. I've gotta make this black here because I kind of put it blue. I kind of did the ProfWerder.
Oh, you're being tricky.
Yes. So here it
Got
is.
it.
It is Mogul $star. So you've got to type it in the way it looks. So Mogul is all lowercase. And then space, dollar symbol, and then
Just
all
not an underscore?
uppercase stars.
space. Yep.
Okay.
Secret not found.
Oh no.
You know
Oh,
what?
no.
You know why? Because actually the secret word is not active yet. It's going to be active well, for me it's 10:50. So what is it over there for you?
In like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So in 3 minutes, David, we know you have to go, but in 3 minutes, type in
yes,
that
yes.
thing
All right.
I think
and you
that's
can get
fine.
the POAP.
Amazing.
If
Thank you so
you
much.
miss it, let us know and we will get you a link.
All right.
Yeah,
Terrific.
and you'll have
I
to
tried really hard to make sure you would get it.
I know.
You're gonna get it regardless. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Terrific.
worry
We'll
about
make sure you get one. We'll make
David,
sure
you
you
have
get
to
one.
come back and give us
And
updates.
thank you. Yes,
in the
Yeah,
future.
please.
absolutely.
This
I'm
is
so happy to
so
do that.
interesting.
I had a great time.
This
Yes,
is so
so
interesting. I really
I'm
want to,
actually
I'm looking
going
forward to digging in and learning more.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to be interviewing David again tomorrow on our other show called Be Leaders. It's going to be on Twitter Spaces. So I have so many more questions actually for you, and we can get into it a little deeper. So
Yeah, we'll
if
call it part
anyone
two.
wants
Part
to hear
two.
more, make sure you come on to Be Leaders, BeeLeadHers, on our Twitter space, and we'll have David and hopefully Jake as well, who's also part of the Mogul Production.
Yeah,
So,
terrific.
so I look forward to tomorrow and have a great rest of your
Awesome.
day, David.
Likewise.
so much,
Thanks so much,
David.
everyone. Really appreciate
Yeah,
your time.
Thank you for
Yeah.
being with us. It's been really interesting
Really
to hear what
enlightening.
you're doing. Very cool.
Okay. Cheers.
Awesome.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Cheers.
All right, now go back a few spots.
Let's go back. Go
Go
back.
back a few slides.
Come on.
We got some things to talk about.
Here we go.
After the
Design.
yes, the design services, and then
Design
slideshow.
services. All right, slideshow. Boom. So yeah, bringing it
Boom.
back. So for anyone who is tuning in and is not familiar with POAPathon, we are design service. So you can find us on POAPathon.com, and we've got whatever you need. If you need some logos, NFTs, PFPs, emojis, videos, posts, social media posts, we've got you covered. We have a lot of amazing, talented creatives and artists on our platform. It's an amazing way to, showcase their artwork and for them to also get paid. They have bounties. So if you're interested in that, make sure you can submit your form on POAPathon.com. And so this is actually a POAP that we just had released, and we have the first place Yalexis and second place Jackie Uajest. I hope I'm saying that correctly. But
yes.
yes.
Awesome.
So thank you to Eth, Deb, and El Merch
Nice.
Party. These are
Yeah.
We have breaking news.
Breaking
Secret word
news.
is working.
Secret word is minting.
Oh,
Now. It's
all right,
working.
secret word is minting. Should I pause and go back?
Yes.
Because I don't want to miss the POAP. I don't want to
Go
miss
ahead,
the
pause.
POAP.
Get your POAP. Go
Get your
your
POAP
POAP.
ready, everybody. It's getting crazy.
Go back.
So here
Yeah.
is
So the
secret
POAP is
word.
ready.
All right, here we go.
Full stars.
Full stars. Got it.
You got it?
Minting. Yes.
Okay. All right. Now go back again.
All right.
Just
If
use
it
the
was
arrows.
to do that. Yeah, there we go. It wasn't letting me use the arrows earlier.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Get POAP one. That's cool.
Yes, so we've got a Get POAP, the design winners. We have I'm not very unimportant person. First place, I'm sure you are very important. You must be if you are first place, believe me.
Not the
and
first
then-
time either.
Right?
Yeah. I know. I was
seen
going to say, I
that.
think I've seen that one before.
Yeah. So I
And
think they're
Kavashi
just
Sethi.
and yes, Kavish Sethi, second place. Amazing artwork and detail and colors.
Very nice.
And then we have a bounty that was due earlier today at noon Eastern. So this was from Get POAP as well for the merge. And first place was
Holy
a whopping
cow.
$1,000.
What was this for? Was this actually a POAP or for something else?
This is a POAP. The second place was $250. I did see, I think this was put on by POAP themselves, right? Because POAP is part of the Get POAP. Is that correct?
I'm not sure.
Because I was in the POAP Discord and I did see their team post up in their announcements
Might
that
be.
they would be coming through POAPathon for their POAP service. So I
Cool.
think this is the one that's it, and correct me, sorry if I'm wrong.
That's
Um,
amazing.
but
That's
it
an
is
amazing bounty.
amazing that they were awarded $1,000 for the first place artist. So
Amazing. That's fantastic.
congratulations to whoever wins this. Amazing, amazing. And thank you, Get POAP, for your bounty submission. And of course, we've got another bounty
Yes.
for Down Under. The first place
POAPathon
is
Down Under, which is happening this coming weekend. So I'll chat about it really quick. Today is the deadline. So you do have to get it in by, I'm just saying midnight Eastern, but basically before I wake up tomorrow. And we'll get some narrowed down, and then the POAPathon Down Under team will make final decisions on first, second, and third place. Definitely sorry I couldn't swing the $1,000 thing. Like, that's amazing, but
Yeah.
we've got 100 and
Yeah.
250, so at least it's a little something there.
there we go.
Yeah, and in terms of what's happening with POAPathon Down Under, if you can pop back just really quick.
Sorry.
This is coming this weekend, starting on Friday. It actually is Saturday morning in Australia. So it's like 9 a.m. Australia time. And they have an amazing show plan, like amazing. They have gathered different businesses from within the world of art, real life gallery owners, all of that, plus combining into Web3. And Pamela, who I know you know, Valerie, she is a firecracker, and she took this
love
thing,
her.
which was going to be a 1 hour, like, let's talk about POAPs in Australia, to it's a marathon. And it's huge. Like, they've turned this into a really big event where they're also going to be onboarding people in person. They're putting funds aside to onboard people to Tezos, and get them onto Tez. So they've created this whole other event, and that's going to last for the whole week. So there's just like a lot going on where they really ran with this idea and turned it into its own thing. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Highly encourage everybody to come hang out. I think it's going to be a really fun event. So that's
Wow.
happening starting, if you're in the US, starting on Friday. If you're in Australia, starting on Saturday. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Amazing. I want
Yeah.
to be in Australia too, but you said so we can tune in virtually. Amazing.
It's like this. We're going to be on the POAPathon
Mhm.
live stream, similar to
Oh,
this.
Yeah.
Similar to this, girl.
got it.
So we are going to need some, host helpers. So they've got it covered. They're doing all the interviews. They're doing all the content. They've got it. Basically, we just need to hang out and help a little bit with the tech side of it and the streaming, and if just hang out and pop in and say hello and talk and chat. Like, they would love that. So
Yes. All right.
especially since you're on the West Coast, that might actually be good. That might be helpful for
Okay.
late night.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, definitely.
Chat after.
Yeah. I'm more of a night owl for sure.
Yeah. But
So
for
I'll
those of
tune
you
in.
who are in Australia and that part of the world, like, this is a great opportunity to watch a POAPathon show that doesn't require you to be up at 3 a.m. So
That is really nice. That is really nice that our global people on the other side can tune in. That's amazing.
yeah, they get a chance to be a part of and learn about what's happening with Web3 in Australia and what they're doing and what they've got going on. And they have some incredible artists that they have involved in this. So it's going to be really, really fun.
That's fantastic.
Amazing. Cool. Well, if you'd like to join in and get more involved, of course, Genetics and some of the other hosts have a weekly POAP community call. So that is Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So hop over there and you can give your thoughts or feedback on the POAP protocol. And VDizzle, do you want to talk about the GR15?
Yeah, so we're back at it, grant round 15 at Gitcoin, and we updated our grant page to reflect what we're up to now. And you know, if you have an extra dollar or something, we do have the quadratic funding registering. So, you know, one single US dollar goes a long way with quadratic funding.
For real.
So yeah.
Yes.
It's amazing. Like when I've done that before, I've been amazed at the quadratic funding of just a dollar donation. I've gone in and just donated to a few different ones, just at that level. And it's amazing, like how far that can go. That dollar could turn into $150, you know? So really, even if you just have a tiny bit to give, I would highly recommend it. Take a look for our friends at Pizza Dow too. They're usually on Gitcoin grants. E-stickers usually on there. So there's a few of our friends of the show that'll be on there too.
Family friends, yeah.
Yeah.
And what is the website our supporters can go to?
Gitcoin.co, I believe. Is that correct?
.co.
.co, I believe. Yeah. Let me double check that and I will pop it in the chat.
Already on.
Yes.
Already on.
You're on
Yes.
it?
So
Okay.
we would love your support and your help. So if you have a dollar to give, not just to us, but to any of the other projects that are up on the grant program, we are always needing help. So that way we can keep continuing these services and shows like this. So if you enjoy it, we'd love your support.
Yeah, and I love the way Gitcoin does it. It's kind of like window shopping for projects. If you're just searching for projects, maybe you have a specific criteria you're looking to support or whatnot, or you just want to look at, you know, what's going on in Web3 right now. It's all laid out there. Everyone's got
Agree.
their
Yeah,
updated
I always
grants.
find some really interesting things when I'm looking through Gitcoin grants. It is very interesting to see what's happening.
Yeah.
I agree.
Definitely.
Super interesting.
There's always something. There's always something brewing. So
Yeah,
tell us,
yeah.
Really
VDizzle, what is brewing for next
Whew.
Tuesday?
With this candle. What's up with the
Besides-
Yeah, what's up
candle?
with this
Besides
candle?
anxiety, and giveaways and contests
Anxiety.
and a great show that we'll be doing this following Tuesday. What else? Entertainment.
Yes, guys. So anxiety maybe for some of the production team behind the scenes.
Yes, yeah, my bad.
You
Yeah.
who are watching,
right.
it's going to be an amazing day because it is
An
the
amazing
1 year
week.
anniversary
Yep.
for POAPathon. So stay tuned. We've got some amazing guests, hopefully that can hop on, that can give us some updates, right? We want to get some of our past guests on the show. So if any of our past guests are watching, please reach out to us because we'd love to have you back on and see what you've been up to. You know, a lot can happen in a year. We already know in NFT world, a day, a week is already a year. So in an actual calendar year, what the hell has gone on? You know, I'm sure there's so much to talk about.
There is.
So
There really is.
I
know at POAPathon,
I didn't
we're
find
working.
you all until the holiday show, so I don't feel like it's been a year, but I do feel like it's been 20 years, so it's weird. It's really weird.
Yeah, we're
Paradoxical
aging older over here in the POAPathon world.
Clearly.
Clearly.
Need some Botox right here.
Oh boy. That's just because of all the laughter that we have on the show.
That must be it.
So make sure you tune in. It's going to be an awesome, amazing, special show next Tuesday. But of course, a special thanks to all of everybody who is part of putting on POAPathon together. Everyone from the artists who go and submit for the bounties to the bounties themselves who submit. And of course, special thanks to VDizzle, POAP Viking, who made a showing today. We'd love to see you. We've missed you. JB Amadeus, Jayo, ProfWerder, thank you for coming today. Crypto Mom.
Superstar today. Thank you, Crypto Mom. Big shout out.
We love Crypto Mom.
Huge.
She took care of the slides today and
She
her
saved us today.
She's
Thank
a
you.
superhero.
Thank you. And to myself and our entire community, thank you so much. And to our sponsor, Balance It Out, we love you all. And we look forward to seeing you guys for Down Under coming up and next Tuesday's show.
Now
Any last words?
Yeah, I
And
want before we go today, I want to know who's partying with Viking today.
who is partying?
Looks
Viking?
like he's partying with a bunch of apes.
Is that what's
Are
going
these
on?
your apes?
Hey,
So,
stop. Hey, VDizzle, cancel the slide so we can see
Sorry.
his picture a little better.
Yeah. Yes.
so for everybody who has something to do with the NFT space, probably have heard about Utes, the big project launching on Solana.
Mm-hmm.
So there were many people in the ETH community. They didn't like how they selected on their allow list. So a few of them put together this project, Youth Yacht Club, taking and launched it, dropped it 3 hours before the Youth Solana.
Wow.
Oh wow.
And
Trying to mess with the
so
youths.
much, it got so much hype that on the first 30 hours, the volume had gone up to 1,000 ETH.
Wow.
And
Wow.
the Youth Solana project had to delay their reveal and probably doing another art and stuff. And
Wow.
so, yeah, it's
Crazy.
been,
That
the
is crazy.
community been trolling the Solana community.
For sure. For sure.
And it was just supposed to be, supposed to be fun, and now it's turned
That's
into a
funny.
real project with, many
The
guys
NFT
building
space
behind the
never
scenes.
ceases to amaze me.
As
Yeah.
always, right?
Also,
We're
it
gonna
was a
look back
free-
on this and talk about these crazy things. Like,
And also, it was a free mint.
Oh,
So,
nice.
of course,
Dang, those
Yes.
degen moves, the free
Right.
mints, man.
serious degen moves.
And now it has a really strong community, and it's Twitter space been going on 24/7 since the drop. And, so,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, sounds like you're raging, Viking.
This
It
reminds
looks
me
like
of
it, it
Goblin
sounds
Town.
like
Sounds like
Oh,
when
yeah,
Goblin
right.
Town launched. It's very similar.
Wow.
Yeah, you guys get
Funny.
wild.
And
All the wildness.
later today, they are dropping everyone who owns a Youth Yacht Club, Youth Dick Butt.
Stick
Companion.
butter?
Dick butt. Crypto
Yeah.
dick
Oh,
butts.
dick
No,
butter.
yeah, Youth Dick Butt, a companion for, yeah. So
Oh
it's
no.
fun.
Crypto dick butts is CC0, so you can do anything with it. So that's why you see a ton of different derivatives of crypto dick butts.
Wow. This space, you never know
See,
how
we
it's
had just a
gonna
little more in the
transform.
tank today for everybody.
I think people are
Just a
getting
little
crazy
bit.
because it's the merge, right? Like when it's like
Yep,
a full
that's it.
moon, people are
Everybody's
like,
lost their minds. Yep.
everybody's lost their minds.
Well, I think it's also we're
God.
starting up with conference season again. I think
Yeah.
a lot of more
A
activity.
lot of fun stuff happening.
Woo!
Wow.
Is that enough?
Amazing. All right.
Amazing. Thank you, Viking,
Well,
for
this
those
has been
updates. We
fun.
appreciate the DGen updates.
Yes.
Feast
Absolutely.
it on, Prof. Anything else for you guys before we close out?
I would say if you
Oh.
haven't been to the Discord, the POAPathon Discord, now's the time. There's going to be a lot going on this next week, so hop in there. If you are a requestor, if you are looking for a piece that for an event or a significance in your life, head on over, as we mentioned, to POAPathon.com or the server, where you would find a new request channel.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Cool.
So,
Jump
plugging
in,
it.
hop in. We'd love your support. We'd love to see you. Come say hi. And last words for me is, I'm hosting a conference here in San Diego, Web3. You can find us web3.sd. We are still taking speaker applications. So if you are interested and you have a project, or you're really passionate about something that you're building, creating, or want to educate even of the blockchain technology, we'd love to have you. So please come apply on our website, web3.sd. And of course, we need support as well. So we're also looking for sponsors. So if you align with us and we align with you, we'd love to have you. So that's it. Yeah, that's it for
Amazing.
today. Thank you
That's great.
everybody for tuning in. We love you and hopefully we
Thank
got your
you,
poem.
Valerie.
Yes, thank
Alright,
you,
guys.
Thank
fam.
you, everybody.
Peace
Thanks.
Peace
out.
out.
All right, later, everybody.
Bye, everybody.